name's Maria Hodges, and I was diagnosed with emphysema 15 years ago. And I became a hospice patient 3 months ago. Actually, for the first 14 years, I did real well. But then I noticed the last year, starting January of this year, I started losing weight, just really big time dropping weight without meaning to. And my lung capacity test had dropped to 28%. So I knew I was in real trouble. So one day I went over to Hospice Home and went in and asked how you signed up for hospice. I have to be proactive because there's only me. And I knew my body, I knew my condition, and I knew that something was making me go downhill fast. And I knew I could not handle death alone. So they sent Dr. Cross out here to do a medical assessment, and she offered, if I wanted to be my primary physician, so I said, hell to the yeah. I said, you can do that? And she said, sure, I can do it. If you want me for your primary physician, I'll be your primary physician. So my next response was, can I hug your neck? I signed up with a team of 6 people, a doctor, a nurse, chaplain, counselor, social worker, and volunteer. And each one of them came out to the house. I did not know they made house calls at first. I'd always gone to the doctor's offices, so I was astounded to find out that they come to your house. So the fact that they come out to the home to treat me not only saved my life, but also it enables them to stay on top of my symptoms if they're getting out of control. It seems like at first that it's overwhelming, so many people coming, but it's not. It's very comfortable. Makes me feel very safe and like, okay, nothing's going to happen to me that they're not going to catch right away. So, and they'll take care of it, so I don't worry at all. And when they come, I get all excited and happy to see them. When I was in hospice home for symptom management, Dr. Cross saw me having difficulty breathing, so she taught me this technique called pursing the lips, where you go, and that forces the bad air out that I can't get out. Now I stop when I can't get to my machine. So if I have a problem breathing, I just sit down and I do that, and I'm good to go again. 15 years I've had emphysema, and nobody, I've had 40-some doctors, different doctors, not one ever told me about pursing the lips and forcing the air out. Nobody, until Dr. Cross, till my hospice doctor told me. And that's been a lifesaver, because the good news is my mouth's portable. It goes everywhere I go. I don't have to have a prescription for it. I don't have to buy batteries to keep it going, and I don't have to dig around in the bottom of my purse to find it. A simple tip like that increased my quality of living dramatically. I'd say 95%. Just because my hospice doctor witnessed me unable to breathe. I said Dr. Cross has the perfect, she always lays her hand on my hand or my arm, which comforts me, and it's just so real. Sometimes I don't even know she's touched me till she has. And it just, that hospice touch is what I call it. It just makes me feel so safe and so cared about. I have a therapist, Kelly Ryan, that I go see every other week. Like today, we bashed a childhood monster to pieces. And then I have a hospice chaplain that helps me deal with the fear of dying. She offers things that maybe I haven't thought of that could aid in the forgiveness, which would eliminate the guilt of dying with hatred on my conscience for someone. And then I have a hospice social worker who, if I need programs in the community that I don't know about, she can tell me about those things. And then I have a son and daughter-in-law who live nearby, and they come frequently to visit me. When I first joined hospice, now I made an instant connection with Dr. Cross and with Kelly Ryan, my counselor, and with Ann Dalton. It's just like my nurse, which turned out to be Lou Ann Flint. And that was a wonderful meshing of personalities with Lou Ann. Lou Ann got me tickled the first time I met her. We've been laughing ever since. So now everyone on the team that I have is just like instant family. Well, it's been wonderful because if you have only a few weeks to live, you've got a short period of time to deal with it all, to cope with the seriousness of the problem. But I have these people that I have formed an attachment with who are going to walk through the valley of the shadow of death with me. So I'm not afraid of dying anymore. I was terrified of dying. So, but with all the love I've gotten from hospice, I'm not afraid at all. In fact, dying's been more fun than living. If there's such a thing. 2 months ago, I thought I was going to die within 2 weeks. I really did. Now, today, I went to see my counselor, went to get a haircut, went grocery shopping. Now I feel like I'm going to live forever, I hate to tell you. But I think I'm here for good. At least that's how I feel right now. I would rather have lived 2 years under the care of hospice than to live 10 years without them. Because, see, hospice sees me as being more than just my disease. They see all of me, past and present. It's what's making it so comprehensive, is that every aspect of my being. See, people think hospice, they think physical. You're physically ill, you're going to die. They don't think about the spiritual, the emotional, and the mental health of the patient. They just doctors zero in on just my emphysema. Well, hospice does, and hospice sees me as more than just being a disease and treats every bit of it. It's total. They see the all of me, is what I call it, and they treat the all of me. I'm living a quality of life better than I lived before I had hospice. So now I'm getting the living in before the dying instead of getting the dying in without having lived. Got emphysema? Call hospice. Got cancer? Call hospice. Have heart problems? Call hospice. I would tell them to look into hospice, because it's been the most rewarding experience of my life. Death, to me, is the biggest challenge I'll ever face. And to have people that are so warm and loving and sincere and kind walking that path with me, that's the way I feel about hospice. They're with me every step of the way.